This is Captain Maddie Ryan of the Freud, and I would still like it on the record that I don't like that name. It's ridiculous. You can't pick the name of someone famous and stick it on a ship and expect it to be acceptable. Especially if the person's just laughable now. But that's not the point. I'm confused. No, I'm not confused. I'm concerned. I'm concerned that what I am doing here is not what I should be doing here. I am concerned that what I'm doing is harmful. That you don't have our best interests in mind at the Athena Institute. I am concerned that you're using me. Using us. I'm sorry. Let me go back. I know that you are. I know this is a heavy accusation. I know. And I wouldn't make it if I didn't know for sure. I don't make accusations without evidence and without, well, some things you just feel in your gut. I believe in those feelings. I believe that sometimes we know things deep inside even if we're not absolutely sure on the outside. So I want to bring some of these concerns to you before I do anything about them, in case I've done something wrong. We can start with the research I have right here, if you'd like. There's a lot of it. It's from our latest mission, our current project, which you know because you assigned it to us. Here we are. DNA. Human DNA, specifically, and how it changes. How you can maybe change it. I could read all of it out to you, but you see all my reports, everything I fill out, even if I don't send it in, don't you? You know what I found with the samples I gave you. What I could find, not quite knowing what all the samples were. I just know that something's not right with them, and some of them I haven't seen before. The information you gave us was insufficient at best. I assumed that was part of the challenge. I shouldn't have assumed anything. But I'm starting to assume some motives now, if you'll forgive me for it. It's entirely possible that this is a made-up scenario in its entirety, designed to confuse me. It's a hypothetical and not supposed to resemble any actual DNA research. But I'm choosing to trust myself on this one, which means it's something more. If I'm right, you're not just probing into the parts of humanity we don't understand yet. You're probing into something else. How they're similar. How they're different. You're looking at that big black hole in our minds that seems like it's just waiting to be filled. All of it sounds silly to say it out loud. Conspiracies and rumors, things I made up in my head. I sound like MILO NIELSON, who isn't here either. Who you sent away. I don't like that comparison very much. You know at least as much as I do about the human brain. As in, we don't know anything about it. We know that things fire up when you hit a nerve. We can see activity, but the scope of what we really know is limited. We think we know so much about our universe, but we don't understand how our own minds work. I've always wanted to tweak things, experiment with that. If you tweak things in the right way, you tend to break them open and find the right answers. I just don't have a good feeling about why you want me to do that. Even the theoreticals of what I'm testing are unnerving at best. Issues of compatibility, how to fill blank spaces in the mind. That's a fascinating concept, but it's a loaded one, isn't it? You could do all sorts of things with that information. And given the topic and the fact that you gave it to me, I am starting to think you don't mean this as just a test. What do you want with our minds? Why do you want me to find it out when you're capable of the research yourself? That's the kinds of questions I have. I'm afraid of what you're going to do when I ask them. But as a captain, I carry the burden of responsibility, and it's my duty to let you know that I'm not going to pursue this line of research anymore. Not until I get concrete answers. If I'm right, you have this idea that if there's empty space, it can be filled. If you see a black hole in the human mind, you could fill it with something. It's not a bad idea. Of course, it begs the question of what you're going to fill it with, and there are all kinds of answers to that. None of them are comforting. Most of the realistic possibilities are parasitic in nature. Why can't you do this research yourself, if it's so important? It seems important. The Institute has access to many more resources than I have here in a school test. If you were serious about these possibilities, you would look into them yourself. You would never risk us stumbling across something you wouldn't want us to see. Unless you can't do it yourself. I know this is... I'm not going to send this. I'm not. I'm going to record it to make myself feel better, but you've already heard me say it. I shouldn't be afraid of you. I shouldn't be afraid to send this, but I am. But I don't know. But I have to do something, don't I? If I don't think it's right. I just know I've seen parasites before. This reminds me of that. They're lacking something they need, so they latch on to something else. They suck it dry. Sometimes they need food or energy or some kind of resource, and sometimes that resource is, it's just manpower. It's just the ability to get somewhere you can't reach on your own. If you knew how to use us, you would have already. But here I am, doing your work for you. We're already just shells, but if I continue this for you, it will get worse. Everyone is talking about MILO NIELSON. How he's gone. He just disappeared. He's out sick. Whatever they say about it, no one knows for sure. I thought he was... I didn't like him, but I really shouldn't say that now. It's not relevant to this issue. But he talked all the time about how we were being used for something more. This isn't a school that has our best interests in mind. Anything we get out of this is coincidental. He said that about the constant tests and mental exercises that didn't seem to have a point. All those surveys and scans and medical exams we went through that we convinced ourselves would result in the best possible education. He used the word grooming a lot. I didn't like him, but I'm sorry that I laughed at him when he said that. What are you using us for? Why do you need our hands, our minds? What sorts of hosts are we going to be? How can we stop it if that's what you mean to do? You're more powerful than us, that's clear, even if you do need us. We're working towards a conclusion, and I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid of what you're going to do to us. You put me in charge of a crew. There's a good bit of us, right? Even knowing you're manipulating us, I still feel the responsibility you gave me. I have to make sure my crew is safe. I want to make the best decisions for them. That's why I've decided I'm going to ignore any further orders from you. And I'm going to go where I'd like to go. I know I don't have long before you stop me. That's why I'm telling you. You already know, and it's a miracle our navigation systems even still work, that we still have power. But before you made sure he didn't join this project, MILO NIELSON had ideas, and he voiced some of them. Yesterday, he sent me a message. I don't know how. It could be a trap. I'm trusting that it's not another one of those gut feelings I've learned to trust. My parents always told me that facts aren't the only things we have in this world. We aren't just bones and nerves and chemicals. We have something else, and we have to listen to it. I don't know how to do that or what it means, but I'm trying. I'm trying. Once I send this, I'm going to shut the ship down. I'm going to evacuate the ship onto the nearest planet. MILO sent me coordinates. I'm sure of that. Coordinates in the disguise of a friendly message. Whatever's there, I get the feeling you don't want us to see it. There we are.
Hello?
This is Captain Maddie Ryan.
And this is, Captain TRISH ODESSA. Right. Hey.
I just need to request passage through here.
Yeah, okay. Sorry?
You're fine. Anyway, I'd like to request passage through here. I've sent you our destination coordinates and ship credentials.
Yeah, I got those. Everything looks fine. I don't know why not.
Good.
Cool.
How are you?
Good. I'm good. You know, just trying to figure all this out.
Good. How's Milo? Have you heard from him?
No, I haven't. I think he must just be... I mean, I don't know that I'm allowed to talk to him since he's back home. Probably.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
I should be going. We have a schedule.
Are you okay?
Sorry?
Of course you are. Sorry. Never mind. Good luck, I guess.
Thank you, Trish. Good luck to you too.
Captain Ryan.
Yes?
Please halt all courses of action. Remain where you are.
Respectfully...
Please halt. You are in violation of your course directions. You are nearing approved Institute borders. Please remain where you are.
I can't do that.
You are in violation of your course directions. Please halt.
What don't you want me to see down there?
Failure to obey directives will result in immediate disciplinary action. You have 2 minutes to halt all actions and return to your course directives. Failure to obey will result in immediate and drastic disciplinary action.
Maddie.
Trish?
Listen, There was a problem with your credentials, yeah. It didn't go all the way through, sorry. You mind sending them again?
Please halt.
Right. No problem. I'll just send them again.
Sorry. Thank you. You're on a mission, right?
Sort of. But I'm not doing it.
What?
We're going to investigate. We're going to figure some things out. Use some equipment. I don't know anything for sure yet, but I think something's wrong. We're looking into it.
What?
Trish, do you know where Milo is?
What?
Milo. Do you know where he is?
I don't...
Captain Ryan, you are in direct violation of Institute guidelines and your course directive. Disciplinary measures will be taken. Please halt your ship and remain where you are.
I'm not going to do that!
Incoming attack.
What?
Incoming attack.
From where?
Please stay calm.
There's something on this ship. I don't know if we actually crashed. I don't know. It feels like we did, but who knows what's real when you're being used? Who knows if this is real right now? It feels like a dream. But shock does that. I think that's how shock feels. This is the first time. I think Ender shot our ship down. Someone on there. I think maybe. I don't think they would have. I think our ship crashed. There's something here. I have a duty to my crew. I have a duty to leave my office and make sure that they're all right. They could be hurt. They could be trapped. We need survival suits and we need protocol, and I need to be helping with that. But everything's turned on its side. The ship, everything. I must have been knocked unconscious. Do I have a head injury? I'm in shock. Talking too much. I have to compose myself. Focus on the facts. Protocol. I'm the captain. I'm the captain. This is my fault. If I could just... Everything's broken. I don't know if anyone can even hear me. If you can, I need help. Our ship was shot down. Crashed. No one can hear me. I'll just take things one step at a time. My ship has crashed. I am the captain, Maddie Ryan. I need to get to my crew. There is something in here with us. I can hear it, warming through the walls, through my head. I don't want to think about it, but it's here. You're here, aren't you? I think I might be trapped in this room. I'm afraid to try the door because I know that this was not an accident and that the Ender did not shoot us down. This is part of the plan. And I am trapped here. The sooner I let myself admit that, the better it's going to be. I am going to die here. I'm going to host something that I don't understand. They're coming for me. They're coming for my crew. I'm scared. I wish someone could hear me. There it is again. I wonder if they're intelligent. I wonder if they're listening right now. What kind of creature needs kids? They put together an elaborate system. It's collapsing now. They have to be panicking. MILO. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. It'll get to me sooner or later. I hope it comes through the door. I want to look at it before whatever happens. I want to understand. I want to understand something. Anything at all. I wonder if the Institute is going to explain anything to my parents, or if I'll just disappear forever. Which is worse. Either way, I won't. I'm not afraid. I'm not. These are the facts. As long as I talk about that, I don't have to. I'm not going to talk about my family anyway. They'll be all right. They have months before they even ask why they haven't heard from me. And they will be all right. They focus on the facts, too. It's just... I'm sorry that I ever set foot on land. I could have stayed with my parents in our ship. I could have lived in the stars, and I wouldn't have gone to school. I would have researched with them and done great things. And now I'm not going to do any of that. I wanted to be a better person because of this. And I can't even be with my crew right now. I'm sorry that I want to go home. I didn't want to leave in the first place. They would be proud of me right now. Not crying, just waiting for it to... That door is about to cave in. What do you say? I wanted to do something. Anything. I don't need to be famous, but I wanted to know that I helped something. I learned something. And this feels... I say I'm not afraid, but that's not true. But what can I do about it? I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not.
Bright Eyes is written by Aimee Meester and produced by Aimee Meester, Sydney Fontaine, and Cyrus Fontaine. The voice of TRISH ODESSA is Sydney Fontaine. The voice of MILO NIELSON is Wyatt Hammond. The voice of Maddie Ryan is Carly Racklin. The voice of Jake Ford is Jake Romano. And the voice of Jude BROEGAN is Cyrus Fontaine. Original soundtrack by Cyrus Fontaine. To keep up with the cast and crew, follow us on Twitter. All links will be in the description. Finally, consider supporting us on Patreon for exclusive behind-the-scenes content, artwork, music downloads, and more. Just follow the link in the description. Special thanks to our classified level patron, Kat, and all our other patrons. To learn more about the podcast and its creators, visit us on the web at brighteyespodcast.wixsite.com/brighteyes.